I'm an entertainer, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a director, I'm an actor, I'm a dancer, I'm a model. I'm a black man in America. So I see a lot happen. I have a speech prepared today. To be black and conscious in America is to be in a constant state of rage. James Baldwin. I come to you today of sound mind. And that's the record. When the topic of black people's liberation is presented, our ongoing anger is disregarded. We as a people have endured for centuries and centuries constant oppression. I stand here today as a black man who has a great idea of who we're dealing with. Growing up, I was raised with a narcissist and experienced frequent gaslighting, which in itself is a result of slavery. So when I began to do my research of the American government, what stood out the most was the constant gaslighting, not just to black people, but to the American people.
What are you holding?
We are led to pay attention only to celebrities, their lives, these phones, technologies, new video games, the typical sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Granted, it pays a lot of our bills, and it helps us get by. We are being kept in a constant state of slumber and addicts to dopamine. The same government that assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is the same government that we have today. The same government that assassinated Malcolm X is the same government that we have today. The same government that assassinated Chairman Fred Hampton is the same government we have today. Sitting in those offices. Sitting in those offices. Giving you promises. Telling you what's going to be done. What they promised to do. What their policies are going to do. Why you should vote for them.
Hi, David.
What makes them different
You're
from the
always
other
here. I
person.
can count on you.
Oh, I'm on the left. Oh, I'm on the right. If you pay attention to words in literature, listen, left wing, right wing. What has wings? Birds. And you can't fly without two wings, right? That's not rhetorical. A bird can't fly without two wings, right?
Right.
So what the hell make you think that either one is on your damn side? To quote the chairman, for those who, Chairman Fred Hampton, I recommend that you all watch Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, I want to.
It's a great movie, and it's very informative. Because we know that political power doesn't flow from the sleeve of a dashiki, we know that political power flows from the barrel of a gun. And that's true. It has been true. We know that in order to be able to talk about power, that what you've got to be able to talk about is the ability to control and define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. Fred Hampton, 1969. It's time that we as black people unite. Understand that the White House was built by slaves. And if this country gave a damn about our black asses, they would tear it down along with the statues that they did, like the ones they did with Robert E. Lee in Montgomery, Alabama. It is time that we have our own banks, our own hospitals, our own grocery stores, our own cities, and our own schools. Other countries have them. Other continents have them. Ain't nothing wrong with having your own shit. Just like DQ was speaking about earlier. There are white schools. There are private schools where that's predominantly white people. And let's even take white people out. In Mexico, there are Mexican schools because it is Mexico. So why is it that when black people talk about having our own shit, it makes you cringe?
Something that they're not used to.
It's something that they're not used to. It's something that you're not used to. Just because you was raised to believe something don't mean that it was right. Let's look at our own parents, for example, and the childhood traumas that we individually, as spirits and souls, are still dealing with today that we don't tell people about. That our own parents, no matter how much we love them or dislike them, the things that we had to deal with because of what they instilled in us. If we are to reclaim our place in the world socially, politically, and economically as we once did when we were more prevalent, we need to take it by any means necessary. My name is Neptune.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Peace and Black Power family. How y'all doing?
Come. Love you, Trey. Say all that.
I'm not looking at a crowd of a lot of people that look like myself. So everything that I say is going to represent me. Don't be offended if you don't see yourself in my message, okay?
Say all that.
I'm a black nationalist. I'm a whole ass black nationalist. What does that mean? That doesn't mean that I believe in racism. I'm not a white nationalist. I'm a black nationalist. Black people have no nation. We have nothing in this country. I'm a man who believes in getting that. I'm a Pan-Africanist, a Garveyite. A Garveyite is somebody who believes in the structure of black nationalism under the ideals of Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. That's what I am. I'm a Khalid Muhammad type thinker. I don't believe in capitulation for anything. I don't believe that black people should have voted this time. I don't believe we should have voted for Obama because he said he wouldn't give us reparations when he ran. But we all got behind him. And I'm a black nationalist. And any black face that says they don't want to do nothing for us is not a black person to me. I'm sorry. At this point, at this juncture, in Denver, Colorado, I don't see very much for us. In the United States, I don't see very much for us. When the sister talks about what they educate her child on, well, our children shouldn't be in those schools anymore.
That's right.
Period. We should have our own schools.
Yes.
They don't even need to be here. But we're here. So how do I live in America? Knowing that I can't just up and leave. We can't just up and take my family. I can't just up and take every black person. But I'm a Pan-Africanist, internationalist, and I believe in a nation of our own. So then what do I do? What do I do? Do you see what it's like to be a black person and think these things? What do I do? When I move to a white area because I want a better life for my child, but I still am a victim of systemic racism, what do I do? I can't move to an all-black area and then be relieved because there's still systematic racism. So what do I do? Do you recognize why there's so many angry black faces every time a mic comes around?
Right. Come on.
The beginning of this, I stood right up there and I remember saying to people, if we don't get anything by the end of this term and I don't see no faces out here, I'm going to be disappointed. And what the fuck happened? The same exact thing happened. When we went out there and we campaigned to teach people that they're going to steal your vote and they're not going to give you jack shit. Even you, the poor white person, what did y'all say? You're wrong. And what happened? He didn't give us a damn thing. Not a damn thing. I'm still waiting for them to declare black people have experiencing racism at an all-time high. When the fuck is that going to come down the fucking pipeline?
It's getting there.
It's not getting there.
It's getting there.
They're not going to respect us. They're not going to acknowledge us. And they're damn sure not going to acknowledge any black face that speaks on the behalf of their people. If you don't include somebody else, then you will be castigated, shamed, and taken down. I'm sick of that. We won't sit by idly and watch as non-black people put words in our mouth.
Say that.
As the Lord said, the truth is not in you. The truth ain't in them words. Half of these people don't even know who we are. What is this anger? Where does it come from? You know how many times I've had to have a conversation with someone else about something someone said to me, but didn't say it to my face? When you're black, you don't get the humanity of being innocent until guilty. You're just guilty. Come on now. I'm sick of that shit.
Take your time, brother. Take your time. Take your time.
They think you feel the spell.
A black face A black face watched as the orchestrated destruction of an entire home of unhoused people existed over there. So I'm not just mad at black or white people. I'm also angry at coon-ass black people. I'm angry at the buck dancers.
Our other side.
Think about this. Everywhere everybody goes, they get swept away. Every black person who stands up and speaks, they get swept away. Every black woman who stands up and speaks, she gets swept away. Why the fuck are we here? Performative acts. She yelled, performative acts. I've seen nothing but performative acts since the beginning. I've been doing this, being this person, long before these performative acts existed.
Hey,
and I'm
guys.
still here witnessing the
Glad
same
you could all
fucking
join.
thing. Tell me that I'm insane. How many of those rich people down there have actually come out to help? We used to march through their neighborhoods and wake their bitch asses up, and now they're not even here.
Back to sleep. They so
We said as soon as the election passed, this would be done. From the handful of people I see, that's what I see. But you know what? It's not done for us.
No, it's not.
What's done is our cooperation with entities outside of our own culture who have no will to fight for us. Malcolm said that it will always be in practice. It will never be in practice, but it will always be in words. That any type of white, liberal, or conservative, or any governmental institution will help us. And that's the truth. So we can help ourselves. We can help ourselves because there's money in us right here. There's money in us. There's money in us, right?
We work. My daughter's tech class tells us
We're
we
worth
worth gold.
billions.
We worth
We're not worth
silver.
gold. We're worth fucking
gold.
billions.
We're worth. No, we're not billions, baby.
We're worth billions, sister.
Trillions.
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 How do you think that they make these buildings out here?
Trillions.
Where do you think the gold in that fucking Catholic organization came from? It came from African nations.
Right.
On the RBG flag, the gold
Right.
stands for the gold color stands for the wealth taken from our nation.
Glory to God.
The wealth, that wealth still exists in us as long as we exist. Whenever they release a pair of fucking shoes, they go up. So stop buying fucking shoes.
Stop it.
Start investing your cash.
Right. We're
Save your money.
We're worth
Protect your people. Raise your fucking children alone in the comfort of your own home, in the safety of your own home. Don't send your black children to these white people who plan to teach them that their history is slavery. Don't do that shit. Send your children to the places where they will be cared for, and that's at home, at your grandmother's. Don't send them to an institution to be taught lies. To be taught lies.
If they had our grandmothers around, but they busy working. They busy
They
working online.
taught us lies.
All they do is lie.
We came out here, we, the black people, the original Hebrew people, were taught lies.
I got know so much Christian form. They can bring out the Bible.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm a motherfucking historian. I know exactly where my people came from.
Oh God, say all
And that gold, that wealth, that money is stolen and is being used against us every fucking day. And they want me to integrate. Fuck that shit. You can integrate with my motherfucking fist. You can integrate with some cash overhand. You can integrate there first. You can integrate your dollars into the wealth system of my black people. But you will not integrate my people into a system where you want to oppress them. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's why we work with each other. That's why we network with each other. That's why we stick together. Black people stick together. Stay with your own. This is not about not working with your fellow human. This is about working with your fellow black person for the first time.
Yes.
Have some fucking decency and some love and respect for your own. We got so much to atone for.
Say all that.
Yes, sir.
We've lost so much, and we've given up twice as much within the last 2 decades. Let's not be like that. Your money, your dollars are important to the system. That's why they steal it from you. So hoard it.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what, because this is one thing that has gotten on my nerves since the beginning. I say black people, they need money in their community.
Yes.
You call me a capitalist, and that's wrong. I'm going to tell you what. If somebody says that the only way to get your mother from point A to point B is to be a motherfucking car, then I'm a goddamn car. If they say that you gotta be a capitalist to save your people, then I'm gonna do whatever the fuck it takes. I ain't gonna adopt your white system so that I can watch my niggas fail. Come on. That's not about to happen. So whatever I have to be, I will be that man as long as it means getting something for my people. Call it what you want. You're white. I don't care. Period. Period. It's been a while since I've yelled. You know what I mean? But I don't feel the energy that I saw in the beginning. I don't feel that now for us. I only feel it within myself. I wake up in the morning and I look on the news and I'm just ignited all over again. I get online, I'm ignited all over again. I talk to my girl and I'm ignited all over again. Every time I have a conversation with a black person, I'm ignited all over again. Why should I stop being like this?
You're not supposed to.
I'm not supposed to.
Right, and it says, you said, do not conform to the world, but transform thyself by the renewing of your mind. So then that's nothing but in the book of Romans. We are not going to conform to nothing here. We renew our minds every morning like the manna that dropped down from heaven. Because that is exactly where we come from.
That's what I'm talking about. When this began, I witnessed people come hard on black people who spoke like that. If you spoke ultra-religious, if you spoke like a nationalist, if you spoke like an A, B, C, or D, you were wrong. If you were speaking black, you were wrong.
Right.
Still wrong.
They're right, still wrong. They went out of their way to take our language out of our mouth. Because they knew in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's John 1:1.
That's right.
And in the beginning was the Word. That's us.
That's us.
Our word,
That's
our
us.
language,
She wasn't lying.
It was always with us.
That's
and
us.
you knew it because you read it in that same holy book that you believe in right now.
That's right.
Black Jew,
That was us.
Egyptian baby called out of Egypt. Our Lord and Savior, that's Jesus, Yeshua Hashem, on this Sabbath, get that Holy Ghost. That 400 years of slavery in Egypt, and from 1619 to 2019, 2020 global pandemic, your time is up.
That's right, dude.
That's all.
We are the original people. We are the original people. Do you get that? Do you get that? Do you want to know why they silenced black people?
Swear on and you believe it. And
They
you
silenced us.
pledge your allegiance to.
You want to know why they silenced us? They silenced us because we're the originals.
What a shit.
Every time a black person, when fucking Nick Cannon came out and said black people are Hebrews, they made him apologize.
Whoa, God.
They made him apologize. When Khalid Muhammad said that the black man and woman experienced the worst Holocaust in this earth, they made him apologize. They tried.
You'll never look like this at 40.
I will not.
You'll never look like this at 40. You'll never look this good. Black don't crack, diamonds don't scratch, and this is what oppression looks like. Blame your daddy for how beautiful I look right now for your blessing.
That's right.
Oh, I love her so much.
I want this young woman
I
to
love
say
her so
something.
much.
I'll pray you because God created us to be here.
I want this young woman to say something. This young woman right here.
Get it, sister.
Let me do your damn website, okay?
Oh, that's good.
Hello, everybody.
That's nice.
People recording. I want to talk about white privilege and white supremacy. One of my favorite things to talk about. Everybody looks so excited. Being mad sarcastic. All right. If you are...
It's working.
How does it work? La, la, la. Oh, yeah, kind of cool. I got this for strip club. Anyway, if you're white and you're in these spaces, I'm looking at all y'all white folks. How you doing? Y'all need to be better allies. Y'all need to speak the fuck up. Y'all need to stop letting abusers and corny ass people into some of these spaces. You need to check your parents.
Say that.
You need to check your uncle, the one that gives you money every month, pays your rent. You need to check your friends. Stop thinking just because you hang out with black bitches and black niggas that you're an actual fucking ally.
Come on.
Actually learn what white supremacy means and stop calling people racist because we like to do nigga shit. Because we like to talk nigga shit. Yeah, I'm allowed to say that word, by the way. So you're not finna tone police me. You don't gotta like me. I don't like none of you motherfuckers, so I don't give no fuck. Stop thinking just because you help the homeless that regular black folks don't need help. Yeah, regular house black people still need fucking help. Black people that are getting PUA still need fucking help. You want to come outside? I live 2 blocks away, and I see the same motherfuckers every fucking day. I don't see nobody helping no regular black folks. I don't see nobody helping black people overseas or black people in Arizona, Philadelphia, New York City, south side of Chicago, like where I'm from.
Come on, Chicago.
Get out your fucking privileged ass world. Take a Greyhound bus.
Say that.
Get a Twitter account.
Come on.
Get on Twitch.
Black Panther account, is that Black
And I appreciate the little work that you've done, but there's more work to be done. After this, I want to see everybody talking with each other. Stop standing and smoking weed on the fucking corner. Stop talking about, oh, kill the police. Bitch, fuck you. Kill white supremacy. Some people can't choose the job that they got.
Say all that, my God. The military only talks about all the gun.
Y'all want to talk shit about Mayor Hancock? Bitch, you are Mayor Hancock if you want to be honest. Because y'all motherfuckers got that nigga in since 2011. I'm 28 years old. I graduated in 2011. Fuck out of here. Like I said, check your parents. Check your homegirl, Casey. Check your cousin. Check your friends in Fort Collins. Check your friends in Longmont. Oh, you didn't know I knew about that. Check your friends in Lakewood. Don't just buy from POC and take a picture with it. Now I'm finna talk to Hispanic people, because I'm mixed. How you doing? If you're Hispanic, that means if you're from Haiti, DR, Puerto Rico, Central America, South America, I'm saying regions because we're not going to name every fucking country. You are also got to check your white privilege. You also got to check your skin color because you're white passing.
Come on,
So we ain't going to sit here and act like when you walk down the fucking street, people know that you're Hispanic.
Come on.
Fuck out of here. I'm mixed. And I know if I wear the white wig, hi, how you doing? Like, you know, it's called code switching. I ain't stupid, motherfucker.
Come on.
So stop fucking playing with me. I'm not nobody to play with. I'll cuss all y'all motherfuckers out and take all your money. Take your money. Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
Where the money reside?
I should have fucked some weed for this shit. Nah, but I'm completely sober. No weed, no cocaine, no ketamine, no Molly, or no ecstasy. Get off the fucking drugs and wake the fuck up and help people. Don't just hang out with black folks because we know where the drugs is at. Don't just give homeless people what you think they need. Ask them. You want some chicken? You want some Boston Market? You want some Subway? You want some Chipotle? You want some Chick-fil-A? I've been homeless. I slept on the fucking streets. That's cute. Little Capri Suns is cute. Little Doritos is cute. But motherfuckers want food. Motherfuckers want housing.
Come on.
Motherfuckers want IDs.
Come on.
There was a homeless encampment down the street from my fucking house. And they want IDs. They want birth certificates.
Say that.
Stop thinking the little shit that you do is enough. It's not.
Come on.
Y'all ain't gotta do dumb shit and get fucking charges. Learn the law.
Say that.
That way you can break the fucking law, you dumbasses.
Come on.
Stop tearing down fucking shit and getting fucking charges and you can't help no fucking body. Because you gotta go to court next week in Lakewood.
Over a fence.
Over a damn Christopher Columbus sign. Nobody give a fuck about that little dirty ass nigga shit. I would have colonized this shit too. Free land? Shit. It's you and you, bitch. Understand white supremacy runs deep. And last but not least, I ain't gonna say the motherfucking name because I feel two people already looking at me. get your black male fucking friends that perpetuate white supremacy. Y'all saw that little rodeo between me and her? Gets the people going. I still fuck with her, and I'm still gonna design her a website. So just because you saw two black bitches arguing, don't ever get it twisted.
Right,
Because that's still my sister. I met her on motherfucking Clubhouse. Niggas do nigga shit. Just like Kanye West. Just like Jay-Z. Just like, give me a rapper. Give me some goofy ass nigga. Drake. Oh, Lord. That white nigga. Mr. Aubrey. You talking about Mr. Aubrey? With his little dirty ass kid. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was... Okay, anyway, fuck Drake. Sorry. Fuck Drake, fuck Scorpios. I don't care if you're a Scorpio. You can literally go back to the little hate. I'm a Libra. I'll put your name in the fucking freezer. Keep playing with me. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Stop culture appropriating witchcraft. Stop going to metaphysical stores. Stop buying sage. Stop talking about you gonna put a spell on somebody because you ain't doing shit but dumb nigga shit. Get you some fucking black friends. Even if you gotta go around and say, yo, I'll pay you $50 to be my fucking friend. Do it. Fucking do it. It's called reparations. And don't be white and standing around looking stupid. The next time that we do this shit, I better see every cracker. And cracker comes from the person who cracked the whip, by the way. Ain't got shit to do with no motherfucking saltine cracker. The next time we come out, I better see every white person putting something on that fucking table. And if not, I'm gonna come straight up to your ass. And if you wanna shoot me and kill me, be my motherfucking guest. I got depression. So do me a favor, bitch.
Yeah!
Also, I fuck with you, Tara. We gonna talk, but you doing the damn thing.
Thank you, sis. You so pretty. You're fearfully and wonderfully made.
I moved back, bitch!
Oh,
I got a
God,
place.
guys.
These white people thought they was gonna hold me back. Never! I brought two white people to the interview. Oh yeah, wait. Let me talk about that real quick.
Yeah, let me talk about housing. Sorry, because I be thinking about shit. Remember, I'm sober. Help black people get fucking housing.
Please.
It took two white bitches. All right, let me stop. It took two white femmes to help me get my apartment on 14th Street. That's all I'm gonna say, because y'all motherfuckers ain't even know where I live. So help black people, not just the homeless niggas that you see walking around this fucking park. Call up a friend. Yo, you need something? You need a ride? You need some money? You need a wig? You need your nails done? You need your toes done? You need a stripper outfit? You need a mic? You need CDJs? Oh, you thought I didn't know. You need a mask? Are you hungry today? Every fucking day, your white and your Hispanic life should be devoted to helping the black liberation. Because if you ain't doing that shit, take your white ass home and go play fucking 2K, bitch.
Let's go!
Kevin said like 110%. Thank you, sis. Glory to God. You know, I want to just
Stay hurt, stay mad and glad.
I want to just keep it up there, you know, because this is really real. It is, and for me, this is beyond just something I do in the flesh. You know, this is a prayer. You know, black liberation, our freedom, our true liberation is not in y'all, because y'all can never do what we can do for ourselves. But it is in what a community effort, a collective campaign effort. I've been doing a whole lot. I've been doing a lot since I'm a registered nurse by trade. My name is Don Quinny. My prayer is to give us our harvest. All right. Let's just go about the history of this nation, okay? All right. Let's do a real quick history lesson, real quick, everybody. A quick social studies test. All right. The colonization of this nation. All right. They came over here looking for gold, right? Did they find any gold here? Right? Did they find gold? What did they found a little bit, but that wasn't the money maker. What did they find here? Land. Lots of land. Field work. Sharecropping. Farming. All right, that's the history of the colonization. Just that little part. Let me do some biblical part. Everybody remember the story of Cain and Abel? Raise your hand if you know the story of Cain and Abel. Cain was the first son of Adam and Eve, or the woman, okay? Whether you believe or not, that's something different, okay? But it's on the money, so we ain't got no choice, okay? It's your fault. Anyways, somebody's got to pray. Cain gave a harvest offering to God with no heart. Abel gave an offering to God with heart. Cain was jealous of his brother Abel and took his brother Abel out to the field. He became downcast and sin came over him. He killed his brother. God asked Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" Cain said, "Am I my brother's keeper?" That's where that phrase comes from. God cursed Cain for what he did. Listen to the curse. Listen to the curse. This is just Genesis chapter 4. Listen to this curse. He said, "Cain, I'm going to make you a restless wanderer of the earth." Cain, when you work a field, it will produce no yield. Cain, I'm going to mark your skin a certain way so that if anybody touch you, they will be cursed 7 times over. That's 3, right? Indigenous and Africans never left their land. Europeans were some restless wanderers. That's one. When you work a field, it will produce no yield. Came over here, it's hot. I was born in Texas, raised in Virginia. It's not like this. It's hot. It's humid. They could not work this land. Indigenous people showed them how to work the land. They killed them, genocide. I say, well, that's that white history. And then they stole some, enslaved some Africans and brought them over here to work it because they couldn't do it. That's the second one. Hold on, sis. Give me a second on this, sis. Third one was say, "Cain, I mark you in a way that if anyone touches you, they will be cursed 7 times over. Let a black man touch a white man in this land." That's 3 for y'all. We're only in the 4th chapter of the 1st book to the God you trust on the money. Yeshua. I said it like the Hebrews say it, because Jesus is what y'all say when you hit and stubbed your toe. Jesus. When 2 or 3 more meet in his name, there I am. 2 or 3 or more met, and you act like that God don't live. Anybody know the story of Moses in Egypt? Here we are. We're not very far in the book. We're only in Exodus. So then, let me explain that in January 6th, your inspiration. January 6th, what's the number of man? 6. You're 6 days, you labor 6. See, interesting enough, God, he doesn't like trick you. He's very fair. We're in a whole global pandemic. Excuse me, y'all. You guys, and carrying over here, I'm sorry. It's very fair. You say you trust him and you put it on the money and then be like, "Merry Christmas," crucified on the tree, decorate one for his birthday and put a star on it. Yeah, that's sick. You handed out nooses this month for Black History Month while you at it? Read your Bible. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. Not that kind in church where they have go big and crazy for you and make you feel tingly inside to hand over your money. Even when Yeshua came here, he was outside the temples and was like, he turned it into a marketplace. I need y'all to read your word. Why am I saying that? The inspiration. Back to that. Pharaoh Ten Commandments, Moses, COVID-19, 1, 9, 10. Anyways, we'll get to that later. We don't get, God, he's so fair. But you know what? Busted challenges and wet pussy. I'm going to let you know it's a distraction. It's meant to tear you away. We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience attached to our cell phones. Who is he going to use to part that Red Sea? I got a staff in my truck anytime he wants to get down. Somebody's got to pray and believe Martin Luther King did not march so he can get a whole holiday and some statues. I bet you his wife miss him and making love to him, his children. Jesus did not be crucified on a tree so you can put it around your neck. That is not a pass to get in. I'm going to let you know right now. Faith without works is dead. Put your mask on. Pharaoh was so pissed because he looked down at the Israelites and said, there's too many of them. We do a census every year. There's too many of them. We got to oppress them and figure out more stuff. More stuff. We're going to make you busy. If you're not slaves no more, we're going to make stuff busy. We're going to have dare. We're going to put you in jail over weed, and then we're going to sell it later and make money off of you while you're in cage, making money off of you. Just stuff. You know, January 6th, the Red Sea had parted. We were leaving, and Pharaoh, Donald Trump, during his pandemic, his plagues, decided, and his friends, to want to go through there with them and was struck with confusion. Do you see what that looked like? I'm only sharing this with you so you can understand that there's nothing new underneath the sun, and maybe that Bible got a little bit more to it than we realize. But you know, you don't got to believe, just trust it on your money and chase that bag, and as a nurse, you're going to go in one and you can't take none of it with you. For the love of money is the root to all evil. For the love of money is the root to all evil. We were instructed. The only thing that was normal, the normal was when we were living in the garden. And in the garden, we were instructed not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, for if we eat that, we will surely die. For the love of money is the root to all evil, and we're still eating from that tree. Across the world, including in the U.S., we have been using agriculture to oppress and control and manipulate and encapsulate people, a God-bearing seed. You can't do that. But we have a chance here in this state, starting in this little city, from cotton to cannabis. Y'all listen to this. We're so poor as a country, we're about to all start selling weed. But when we did it, you put us all in jail. According to scripture, it says that we have to look out for the fatherless, the widow, the foreigner, and the oppressed. It said in Leviticus chapter 19, 9 and 10, when you reap your harvest of your field, don't reap to the very edges. Leave it, the gleaning. Don't pick from your vineyards twice. From cotton to cannabis, southern cannabis to the people of color, don't do it twice. The Mississippi looked like the Jordan, looked like the Nile. Stop playing. That land's so fertile, those people are poor. That's where I'm from. That's where the Negras are from. Interesting enough, it's legal everywhere but the Confederate South. You know why? Because this nations, for some reason, and I know why, because my daughter took a class, and on her test it said in general, which slave had the hardest life? That was question number 8, Cherry Creek District School, Arrowhead Elementary, Miss Watson's 5th grade class for Black History Month. Question number 8. In general, which slave had the hardest life? A, the field worker. B, the house servant. C, the skilled carpenter. Or D, the kitchen gardener. The field worker. It's still field work. I'm a critical care trauma nurse. My ex-husband had stage 4 sporadic Burkitt's lymphoma. Cancer isn't regional. We had the right to medicate and not die. It's white privilege for you to do that. But in the South, the Confederate South, that got you your Star Spangled Banner, from cotton to your currency. I need help with the movement of Give Us Our Harvest. Cain, give us our harvest, because you never knew what to do with the harvest in the first place. And as the woman, I love the fact that God made me a
Hi,
woman,
Lisha.
and a black woman at that. Because I'm a woman, I'm not accepted, and I'm black and my flesh ain't. It puts you to the spirit real quick. That's the only place where you're accepted at. And balance out what a woman, they say it was a woman's fault, she gave it. Well, I'm telling you as the woman what to do with that tree. It's not to be used to oppress people and give it back. Southern cannabis to the people of color. Do the right thing. The abolishment of slavery, to what land? To what home? To what job? They're going to let us out of prison? To what land? To what home? To what job? Going to smoke a little weed and then realize that Timmy is selling your shit. And that daggone dispo looked like a fancy ass trap house. That's how it works. Bob Marley is not a logo. But why is he so poor and his family so broke? And why is Jamaica, that whole country that was used as a breeding farm for y'all, good old America, your capital? For all your pleasures today. That's where the word motherfucker comes from. You put a bag over our sons' heads and made a fucking mother when you couldn't buy us anymore. That's sick shit. It's so biblical, it's not even funny, y'all. And it's still not federally controlled by the government. Start writing the local government to the state governments. I need help. I'm one person. I'm one person with manslaughter charges that I've never killed nobody as a nurse, but they want me to help them. I'm serious. I'm one person. I just finished cancer. I'm one person. I pray in Jesus' name, okay? I'm one person and I'm working in the cannabis industry and fighting for social justice. Reparations is in the weed. We can liberate ourselves as long as there's seed time and harvest. Our God will provide. You can keep your shit, your nasty flag, your capitals, your government, all that. We'll buy ourselves off this stolen ass property and let all the daggone, good old the fault lines just open up and get its good glory and share of the plunder. Good there. For everything that we have done. Because you want to know something? In the book of Hebrews chapter 11, it says, by faith, Abel still speaks even though he is dead. Because his blood is in the ground and it's way bigger than us. And you don't have to believe. You don't have to believe. But faith without works is dead, so put your mask on. You're unfaithful ass. That's what it is. You gotta believe it's evident. I don't know how to get people's attention to follow this through, especially when I'm talking about an entity that is beyond our eyes. Because this part of the work ain't fun because it requires submission and obedience. But I'm gonna let you know right now, it looks like this at 38 years old. That my ex-husband just had cancer. And I've gone through bankruptcy, divorce, unemployment, manslaughter charges, and all that. I get a little persecution. You know you're doing it right. Because it's true. It's give us our harvest. And so I've been working with the state. Okay? But it's not, this state is so corrupt that this is something that has to be brought down to like a national attention. And the reason why I say that is because our vice president, Kamala Harris, put a lot of black people in prison over cannabis. She ain't all of us. She, according to question number 8, on which in general, which slave had the hardest life, look at her skin tone and texture. She wouldn't been the outfit. That's me. That's why she's still in. Do you see what that looks like? She's part of the issue because she don't see herself all the way. She removed herself because, you know what, that's still a problem within our community. You know why it's still a problem? Because my daughter's 5th grade teacher just taught it last week and graded her and gave her a D in white supremacy. We got a problem, y'all. I can't handle that plus the cannabis industry. And then I'm also fighting social justice in healthcare. You think the reason why we disproportionately die from everything is because we're just so unhealthy? It's because of how we're treated professionally. I'm a whole black registered nurse, not working in the middle of a global pandemic, with 7 years of experience with Daisy Awards. They want to put me in a cage for 20 years based off two group of white women in a line. I'm not playing, y'all. But you need me to help you in your pandemic crisis with the community. I'm not here. I was not created to be harmed, but to be prospered, be given a hope in the future. That's the book of Jeremiah. You're not going to take that away from me. I walk in that authority I was given. I don't beg God for my daily bread. I say, give us this day our daily bread. And there's no please behind it. It is a covenant that was made with Abraham. I'm part of that remnant. And so are anyone who worships to the God of Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. You don't even know what you're even calling it. Because religion got us separated. There's no such thing as religion in the Bible. The only pure religion is this, is to look after the foreigner, the fatherless, the widow, and the oppressed. That's James 1 and 27. What Bible are people not reading? Like 2 more minutes? Oh, I didn't realize what I was doing. But, yeah, and I'm calling it off. But, yeah, that's it. Anybody have any questions about it? Did that make any sense to y'all?
Yeah. All the sense.
So I need y'all to...
time for us, the harvest.
It's called give us our harvest.
Give us our harvest.
I need y'all to follow the hashtag. And then once I see that people are following and get back on it, start hashtagging anywhere that there's dispensaries. Jim Belushi Farm. Hashtag his stuff. Give us our harvest. Give us our harvest. Keep getting his attention. The National Cannabis Association, keep getting their attention. And just keep anything like hashtagging it. And tell your friends. Anybody smoking weed, anytime you buy it, there's a person in prison right now. Write them a letter. Get them the fuck out. That's not fair. And we're not for sale. We weren't created to give you a job. That shit's 400 years old. It's done. So yeah, follow that. That's it. My name's Dominique, by the way. I didn't realize I was just rambling, but praise God. Anyways, I love you guys. Love you more. Thank you. Thank you. We just... Bye.
Okay, I want to say thank you. We're
Yeah.
going to put Elsa on the mic now.
Elsa.
Okay, Elsa. Thank you.
I'll be right there. No, but okay.
Thank you all for being here.
Oh, can you do? You want me to do it on yours? I won't be able to log in.
You know what, real quick, you see where the cannabis tax money went to charge up that car. Like for this state, $750,000 of cash of marijuana expenses went to charge up fancy cars out to the black community. Just putting that out there.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I have a question. How many of you guys know where Ethiopia is located?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, do you guys know what's going on in Ethiopia right now? Do you know what's going on in Tigray? No? Okay, so I was born in Tigray. I was born in Addis Ababa from Ethiopia. And what's taking place in Tigray right now, there's a civil war. And Abiy Ahmed, the non-elected prime minister of Ethiopia, he's attacking his own people. It's very painful. It really is. And so many countries are attacking Tigray right now. The Eritrean troops are in Tigray right now. Tigray is located in north part of Ethiopia. And drones were attacked by Arab Emirates. And in Tigray, starvation, rape. Children as young as 10 years old being raped right now in Tigray. And the world is watching. And you guys remember what took when genocide was taking place in Rwanda. 560 5 to 600,000 people died, and the world just watched.
Wow.
And President Clinton, former President Clinton, mentioned not too long ago he wished he has intervened, and he would have saved 300,000 people. Well, too late for that, right? And the same thing's happening in Tigray right now.
I didn't realize that. No clue.
And the people of Tigray elected their own president, Debretsion, and they were living in peace until non-elected Prime Minister of Ethiopia
Right.
and committing all these crimes. Genocide taking place right now. I have not talked to my family members that live in Tigray for over 3 months.
Really?
No telecommunication, no lights, no internet.
That's perfect.
Imagine, you guys,
They're doing it.
when you guys,
Such a communication.
when your lights go out, just even for a day, what happens? Right?
Where's more the truth? That's crazy.
Sorry. A lot of church. Ethiopia is one of the oldest nation in Africa.
Yes.
It was never colonized,
No. No, it was not.
and I was always proud
Yes.
to be from Ethiopia
Yes.
until recently. So some people will attack you, say, "Well, I don't feel Ethiopian anymore," and they say, "Why not? You should be." I was always proud, but if your own Prime Minister, if your own president attacks you with other nations, do you feel like you are part of that country?
That's
We
not
feel different right now because your own government is attacking you with other countries. How is that possible?
Speak the word of God over it. Ethiopia has been attacked many a times in the word.
It's pretty rooted in the Bible.
One of the oldest mosques was attacked in Ethiopia. Eritrean troops, the Eritrean government attacked it. It's one of the oldest
Oldest what?
mosques
Really?
in Tigray.
It's spiritual warfare. This is on purpose.
And we had a dictator in the past, Mengistu Haile Mariam. He did not commit genocide, but he did attack his own people. But it was not genocide. I'm not, praising him, but I'm just letting you guys know what the Prime Minister, not elected, is doing in Ethiopia against his own people.
They're not even his people. They're God's people. So
Yes.
tell God to tell them to stop. Right. They don't belong to him. Not even his tape.
So we are being the voice for the voiceless. If you guys
Thank you.
can call
Yes.
or get on Twitter. I have never used this much, did this much tweet in my life. I joined Twitter account 2007. I've been tweeting every day. I just came back from New York last week. We were in front of United Nations, being the voice for the voiceless. And so any of you guys, please
What do you want us to tweet?
call, just tell them the Eritrean troops especially need to get out of Tigray. They need to get out of Tigray because they're killing our people. They're killing children. They're raping kids. Looting. Looting is one of the worst things that's happening in Tigray right now. Literally, they're just looting everything that is there.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So, if you guys have a Twitter account, I'm sure you guys, most people do probably. So if you can tweet, if you can call your Congress, senators, United Nations, anybody and that would help our people. I mean, there's only one race, and there's a human race.
Right.
So we all are God's children.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Portia. Thank you for the invitation. I know the mic is kind of, I'm just going to stand right here. So, every time I'm called to speak, I always think, what am I going to say? It feels like everything has already been said. And speaking from the perspective of a black woman, and I hope the black people that are here will stop talking and actually listen. That we need to listen to each other while we're speaking. I have no problem calling people out. If we can't respect one another, how do you expect other people to respect us? So as a black woman, and I appreciate all the black women that spoke before me, and if there was black men that spoke before me as well, I thank you. How many times can you say that you're tired?
Say that.
And maybe you don't know that. If you're white or any other race, you don't know that. But I'm tired.
Right.
And angry. I have no problem saying that. As black women, we're expected to not have any feelings. We're just supposed to rejoice and celebrate our family, take care of our families, work 25,000 jobs,
Right.
smile, look beautiful. But we're never allowed to be human, as Cicely Tyson said. We're never allowed to be fully human and express ourselves with so many different emotions. We are allowed to be angry. We have a right to be. And if you don't see black women and black men angry, they're depressed. Anger toward inside and untreated turns into depression. When you speak and no one listens to you for 400 years, you become angry. You become more depressed. As I told my mom, I'm sick of talking about slavery. I'm sick of talking about racism and segregation. Money being stolen from us, inventions being stolen from us, not getting the credit, only celebrated when we're celebrities and entertainers. When we're dancing on a stage and entertaining people. We had to come from blackface to make it into this industry. Tired is not even the word. This week, I looked around and did an analysis of what is Black History Month?
Right.
It first started out off as a week, had to fart for 1 week, and then we got a month, yet alone the shortest month.
The shortest one.
The shortest month in all of the months. The shortest one. Okay, you're gonna get a month.
Still shared with presidents that had slaves.
Right, and still shared with presidents that owned slaves.
America.
Yeah, that's America.
Decorated
And when the
nations.
president was sworn in, we're singing, "This land is our land." This land is whose land is it? Did they have any Native Americans? Exactly. Did they have any Native Americans singing that song? That was despicable. This is indigenous land. This is stolen land.
Property.
My ancestors were brought here off of African slave ships. I am an indigenous black woman. I have no history of Africa. Do I get tired of saying that?
Yes.
I sure do. Do I wish my history was different? Does it have to be so cruel and so unjust? But that's my history. That's what it is. But yet alone, when the capital of America is attacked, it's an insurrection. No, it was a white supremacist attack. Call it what it
It was
is.
a terrorist attack.
Black Lives Matter has never attacked any Capitol buildings. Why would we want to tear down brick and mortar?
Right.
Why would we want to tear down something that can just be built overnight?
Right.
We want to tear down people's ideologies,
Right.
their belief systems, their hatred, and their venom that they spew through their mouths,
And to do to
through
them anything they
television,
want.
through literature, through these fake made-up holidays.
Say that.
There are no African holidays celebrated in America. Not one.
No.
What is coming up? St. Patrick's Day? Are we in Ireland?
But they were,
Why are we celebrating St. Patrick's
but
Day?
they were slaves
Because
too,
this
remember? Yeah. But they get a whole...
because this land was founded by who? Europeans. So we celebrate European holidays. United Nations are just spin-offs of Europe. Our whole system is based upon British settlements. Our courthouse is identical to the courthouse in England. We have New England on the East Coast. We have Birmingham, Alabama, and Birmingham, England. They've named cities after their own cities. Maybe you don't realize it yet. I hope you do.
And they still got a Lynchburg, Virginia.
All that.
Get there.
All that. And more. You look around as a black person, there is nowhere for you to feel safe. You're always fighting for everything.
Extra.
Always.
For no reason.
For no reason.
Just
400 years. Jim Crow, slavery, segregation, and here we are, still being gunned down. Still having to fight for rights, to live, to walk down the street, to go to work, to wear our hair any kind of way we want to, and not to be disparaged. This country has so many issues.
I guess you do. You know what the issue is, sis? See, they
So many issues that are covered up.
So many issues, sis. Say it, sis.
Talk to him.
And all this time, we've been ignored. We came out for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and we still want justice for Elijah McClain.
Say that.
How many more names have we not said? How many more names need justice? How much longer can we continue doing this? Are we still going to be doing this 20 years from now?
I tell you, I need justice myself, sis.
I suggest you be ready for another 200 years of dismantling our 400 ironclad system, starting from the White House, going all the way down to all of these Capitol and court buildings. Be prepared for another 400 years plus.
No, I'm claiming that.
Be prepared for that.
Not written.
Be prepared to know the people benefiting off of this system are not ready to give it up. Would you? Do you want to give up something that's benefiting you? Be honest.
Give anything if it's gonna take it, though.
Do you want to give up your comfort, your pleasure, and your privilege just because?
The options are running thin.
Be prepared for the war.
That part, though.
Not a physical war, because it's never been a physical war. It's always been a mentality. If I can get you to think horrible about yourself, if I can instill self-hatred into you, the battle's already won. You destroy yourself. My sister was just talking about the war going on in Africa. You get people to destroy themselves and you step back. That's what's been going on.
They'll teach it in
That is what's been going on.
They'll teach it.
So be prepared. White supremacists, not just the ones at the Capitol that raided the Capitol. Those aren't the true white supremacists.
Your coworker.
The white supremacists are the ones we walk around with. CEOs,
Your coworkers.
all these entrepreneurs, people that look just like the people that live right next to you, that put on a suit and tie. Those are the white supremacists. Those are the people that will not go down with the fight. America. God bless America. But we still fight today. please think about where you live, whose land this is, how indigenous black people like myself are still being mistreated. And ridiculed. This land, and the words of Ashira Campbell, was never designed for us. We're going to have diversity and inclusion in our workplace with one black person. That's diversity and inclusion, because we're always working for someone else, right? I'm going to invite you into my system, and that's inclusion, that's diversity. Slaves were never paid 1 cent. Reparations have never come for black indigenous people. We are still waiting. President Biden, Kamala Harris, I hope you hear this message. That's what you should be talking about, is reparations for black people, not just in monetary form. Literature is changed. Holidays are erected. Statues are erected of my ancestors. Their inventions are given their patents back. Patents have been stolen. Stolen. Traffic lights, transfusions, embalments. The list goes on and on and on. But we're only recognized during Black History Month, and then go back to your normal routine. We are tired of the normal routine. This country has blood stains. A guy asked me, and I'll be closing soon. A guy asked me, we were having a conversation, and he said, a white guy asked me this. He said, what is your roots? And he didn't know. I could be from anywhere, right? You just don't know. And I said, I don't know, because of the Atlantic slave trade. I don't know. Indigenous black people do not know. We're African Americans. We don't know which country in Africa we came from, because it was erased. We were given the English language that comes from England. Remember that. We speak English.
Right. We're not European. We eat their food.
We don't know that. We forget that we speak English. People that speak Spanish, that comes from Spain. They're indigenous people too. I don't know where my ancestors came from in Africa. African descent people are mixed with European descent because of slavery. I'm going to wrap up. I'm glad I was able to get that off my chest, because you have to speak up. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I do want to, it's raining now, but I did bring my book. I'm releasing my book, Hidden Treasure Poetry, on March 22nd. It's been long and in the coming. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. So Hidden Treasure Poetry is words of life, words of life, hope, and celebration. This is written from the angle of women celebrating their lives and the beauty that God has placed into their hearts. Please see me after. If you want to sign up for the email list, it will be out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and on my website on March 22nd. So black people, continue learning, continue loving yourself, continue speaking truth, and allies, continue fighting. This problem won't be solved overnight, but we all can do our part. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We have one final speaker, Zeb.
Zebediah. Now, I ain't gonna go too deep in this shit. I ain't going to go too deep in this shit. But this message is just for black and brown folks here. Anybody else want to listen? You can listen though. You know, last summer I came out talking about all peace and cohesion shit. Yeah, that looks nice. But my thing is, I'm just in it for us right now. If anybody else want to jump in and help out, that's good. Appreciate it. Other than that, we need to keep the shit on the inside. Work only amongst ourselves. I think, you know, I ain't going to sit here and say China's a great place, but I do like how they did shit. They say, hey, we're going to work on our people on the inside. We're going to make our shit good. But on the outside, it's hard motherfucking capitalism. What the fuck can you do for us? If you can't do shit for us, you ain't profitable for us. You ain't going to help out our fucking community. And that's how we got to think about it here. And that's how, you know, I made mistakes, and Brother Trey was right. We got to go and do it by ourselves, you know? Look, that weekend that Biden was elected, I was out here taking pictures, and I saw these bullshit-ass motherfucking happy faces.
I saw that shit too.
There were people showing dicks and pussies flashing all over the goddamn place.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, I said it. It was bullshit. They didn't show out because some brothers got killed that day. They went out there all happy. Then you got these bourgeois-ass Negroes. They're all happy as shit, too.
Stupid. I went off.
The fuck is that shit gonna do for us? Nothing.
They were doing electric slide. I was like, what the hell is this?
I still woke up the next motherfucking day, had a cop behind me, had to motherfucking work. So keep it in between us. If anybody on the outside want to help, hey, that's cool, thank you. Appreciate it. And I'm going to something else. Brother Trey, he's facing some charges he shouldn't fucking face.
Say that.
And if anybody, our so-called comrades on the outside can't put no money in for his motherfucking attorney, fuck him. It don't mean shit to me. If you can't help this brother out, it don't mean shit. Because we all know we were infiltrated. A lot of people don't know I had a major head injury at the end of the beginning of that motherfucking protest last year. And I'm just still getting my shit back. CAT scans, EEGs, and all that shit. Epilepsy and all that shit. But my memory's starting to come fucking back to me. And there were people that fucked us over. There were white socialist groups that popped in. Hey, we give a fuck. No, you didn't. It was opportunistic. I'm going to tell you the deal about the George Floyd shit last year. People were locked in their fucking house. They were tired. They were scared. They couldn't pay their motherfucking rent. Then a brother, I ain't downplaying his murder, because it was murder. They came out of frustration. But before then, we were getting fucked up more. I seen worse deaths. I seen a brother get shot right in the chest right in front of me. I had a cop put his gun down on motherfucking throat. Suck my big black Glock, motherfucker. During the same time those protests, brothers and sisters were killed. After, we still getting killed. Motherfuckers went out there, celebrated Biden, who laid the groundwork for what fucking Trump did. We know that shit. Keep it in between us. If they can't contribute, hey, it ain't our fucking problem. I think of it like this. The China thing. Keep the fucking shit in between us. Build our community up. Teach ourselves shit. And on the outside, if they want something and they want need something from us, fuck you. Like that Janet Jackson song, what have you done for me lately? Because if you ain't done shit for us, why should we deal with you? Hey, we be cool. Hey, I'll have a beer with you. I'll smoke a joint with you. That's cool. But you never talk about what happens on in our community. It's our shit. And if you ain't willing to contribute, fuck you. Done.
I want to say one last thing. I don't know how to use this dumb shit. Okay, I was actually living in St. Paul and Minneapolis during the George Floyd protests. The shit that motherfuckers is doing out here is corny. It's corny compared to what we were doing in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Everything got burnt the fuck down. Everything. Grocery stores, Target, the post office. Shit, motherfucking old people couldn't get their social security checks. So if you think that you're protesting, you ain't doing shit. Again, you need to talk to black folks and figure out what we need if you want to be an actual protester, if you actually want to do mutual aid, if you actually want to be a community organizer or a community leader. Burning shit, tearing shit down, like Love said, that ain't getting shit done. And then we get blamed for the shit. I was walking around St. Paul and Minneapolis. I walked. My fat ass walked because I hate walking. And I literally saw white people destroying buildings. I'm not CNN, I ain't Fox News. This is from the source. My sister right now is working with Governor Walz. Yes, She's working with a politician, a white man, so we can get some shit done. My brother couldn't go outside for 2 weeks. You thought the fucking quarantine was bad? Try telling a 17-year-old he can't go nowhere. Because he's a black man. He's the color of the fucking coats that we got on. My brother dark as shit. And he could not leave the house. There was FBI agents walking around. There were CIA agents walking around. There was NSA agents walking around. They ain't tell you that on the news. They ain't say shit about that. They ain't tell you white people were burning everything down because they were bored. Because, COVID, messed up my plans to go to Cancun. And then we got blamed. I walked around. Now, did I see niggas looting? Hell yeah. Shit, I need some makeup. Fuck you talking about? Fuck out of here. When I saw the beauty supply, that's when I went outside. They had the camera on the beauty supply. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Now wait a damn minute. I'm going to need a wig and I'm going to need some makeup. Looting my ass. Let's talk about how much shit white people didn't steal. Talking about some motherfucking looting. Like she said, my white people be stealing ideas, steal your money, steal your company right from under you, steal your land, your food. Shit, even say they do mutual aid better than you. Did I say that out loud? My bad. So do not listen to everything in the fucking news. I had to raise $10,000, and that still wasn't enough to help my family and other people. My mom lived in an apartment building. Look behind y'all. Y'all see that big ass, tall ass apartment building right there? White people thought it was cool to take mocktails and throw it through the window. Yeah, they was doing that dumb shit. Because white kids think it's fun to destroy shit. White old adults think it's fun to destroy shit. This ain't no fucking hockey game. This ain't no basketball game. I went to a white college, so I ain't stupid either. I went to college in Wisconsin. Yeah, real white. Drugs is good though. But anyway, all that shit you see on the news, remember that the media is just as bad as Trump. It's just as bad as Biden and Nancy motherfucking Pelosi with her ugly ass. So, the next time I hear a fucking white person say that they're liberal, I'm punching in your fucking teeth. That ass, B. You ain't no fucking liberal. You ain't no fucking Democrat. You ain't no fucking Republican. That shit gotta stop. Ain't no fucking political parties. If you ain't talking about Black Panther Party, kiss my high yellow ass. I would flash y'all, but it's too damn cold out here. No, I'm dead serious. Fuck that liberal shit. I'm liberal. BML. Fuck you. You don't know shit about black lives. You ain't spent not one day in the hood. I'm from 69th and Stony. Motherfuckers wouldn't last one motherfucking day on my motherfucking block. Cause shit, I couldn't last. The fuck? My parents moved the fuck out. Shot up my brother's entire elementary school because my brother didn't want to join a gang. My mama said, everybody sleep. I'm 28 years old. 2 years ago, I called my mom. I was like, hey, yo, was the people asleep? She was like, no, bitch, they was dead. But I couldn't tell you that because she was 3 years old. So all that liberal shit, all that Democrat shit, and if you voted for Biden, you corny as shit too. If you burning shit down, you corny as shit too. And yeah, sadly, it's a wake-up call. Stop with the respectability politics. Ain't shit respectable about what they doing to us. What they doing to the gay community. What they doing to the trans community. White trans and white gays, get y'all shit together. Don't nobody give a fuck about you being gay or trans. You're still white. Remember what somebody sees from the first thing that they see you. I ain't coming at y'all community. I love and support. But we ain't gonna sit here and act like white gays ain't problematic. We ain't gonna, yup, I went there. We ain't gonna act like white trans people ain't problematic. I got a white trans homegirl when I used to go to General Assembly when I first met Tara. And my white trans home person told me their life was harder than me because they was trans. I ain't kicked them in the teeth. I just stopped talking to them. But everybody else can get knocked the fuck in the teeth. Because it's some bullshit. It's some straight bullshit. We don't give a fuck about who you fuck in the bedroom. As long as it ain't kids or animals. Everything is about color. Whether you like it or whether you don't. And I better not hear that stupid shit, I don't see color. Bitch, you finna see these stars. I just want to fight. I don't know why. Good nigga shit. I thought somebody was going to come here today. I was going to beat their ass, but those scary fish didn't want to come. So again, if you white, stop listening to the news. Stop thinking that you're a liberal. Stop thinking that you're not problematic. Every white person, I'm going to give you some homework tonight. Write down 5 things you need to stop saying and you need to stop doing. 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of y'all, that's your homework. I'm going to get everybody's Instagram too, so I'm going to DM y'all motherfuckers and be like, where the list at, motherfucker? Motherfuckers. You get it? It's from The Hangover. Okay, never mind. I don't get jokes. But again, like I said, just work on your privilege. I don't care if you're a white queer, white trans, white liberal. I don't even give a fuck if you voted for Trump. Because shit, that nigga was paying niggas. But understand everything is about race, white supremacy, white privilege, and white fragility. Oh yeah, let's talk about white fragility for 2 seconds. Stop fucking crying. Please stop crying. We sick of them tears. I'm finna start selling white tears. I'm gonna get a shirt so y'all can crown it. $20. Venmo Cash App. Venmo Cash App. Stop crying. Stop being like, oh my God, I can't believe. Shut the fuck up. Because you should get your ass beat for what your grandparents did. Everybody's grandparents was born in the 50s and the 40s. Everybody's great-grandparents was 1901, 1910. Stop glamorizing that shit. Stop posting about vintage clothes and vintage shit. For no vintage shit. In 1901, Theodore Roosevelt got dragged because he allowed George Washington Carter to eat with him. 1901. So stop it, like she said. Stop bringing up fucking slavery all the fucking time. Talk about Reconstruction. If you don't know what era that is, that's from 1868 until 1900s. Talk about Jim Crow. Talk about gerrymandering. Talk about discriminatory housing practices. Let's talk about food deserts. I live right next to a grocery store. Can't even afford shit in there. And I sell pussy. Ain't that a goddamn bitch? Can't even afford the goddamn food at the motherfucking grocery store. Can't even afford some of these clothes. I look around here, I be like, God damn, I'm gonna have to up my price. I'm gonna have to start sucking more dick. No, I'm joking. But y'all get the fucking point. Like, for real. All right, who wants this mic?
I think PK should have it.
Oh, where he at? Where he at? Here you go, PK.
Hey, this brother already got up
there. Here you go. Because you're a prime example of a problematic-ass black person.
Hey, that brother already got up there. Let him chat.
No, talk, PK. I want to hear what the fuck you got to say. I really want to hear this shit. Look, I'm going to stay in front row.
Hey, this brother.
Let go, Keith.
Hey, I want to thank everybody coming out tonight. Y'all coming together for this occasion. I think one of the main themes that's here today that y'all should understand is that we're dealing with the organization. We need to learn how to organize in an effective way. And I know that might sound like some bullshit or something that's not real, but the whole thing of it is that if people do their individual research about particular areas and things that you're going into, that's probably pretty much one of the biggest fights or situations that you have within yourself. Because to do something positive, it takes certain elements and essence inside ourselves to do that. We take things for granted. We lump ourselves with other people, other organizations, and we might think they have our best interests at heart, but they don't. For me, I have been a community activist. I have a mental health program, Parker Stokes mental health program, that's centered in Northern Aurora, but we work here in Denver, Capitol Hill area at the same time. So, like I say, one of the main principles that we need to understand is learn how to organize, because we can all march, keep marching, tearing shit up, which I like tearing shit up too, as long as it ain't my shit. But we need to just understand that we have to be able to have a main objective against, collective amongst ourselves. It's like you getting 1,000. If you can get 1,000 people to agree upon one objective, then you have succeeded the first start of revolution. Outside of that, you're just wasting your time. So these are the things that we need to focus on, is being able to first get along with ourselves, get along with each other, and then dig in to understand who we are. So like I say, when people see me, pretty much the majority of the community know who I am. My name is Keith X, and I'm a Moor, and I demonstrate the tenets of that. And that's some of the first civilizations that was here on this planet and throughout the universe. I don't want to get off into this crazy thing, but like I said, we're here to organize in some fashion, and that's what we need to do. Anybody else want to talk? Yeah.
Hey, you motherfuckers walk march if you want. It's cold as motherfucker out here. I appreciate you, brother.
How y'all doing? Thank you so much for staying around. I don't think we're going to march because we don't have a lot of numbers today. And it's a little cold, but I'm glad that everybody stayed to hear all the voices today. And there was no script. There was no topic. I just told everybody come and speak from the heart. And I heard a lot of heart. I heard a lot of love. And I'm so glad to see our community come together. Wait for us to get together again. So, have a great night. Love you all. Be safe. And peace out, as my daughter would say.
There's a lot of things.
You ain't seen none of the photos and videos from my page? The journey
Okay. All right. Jesus. What a wonderful night. You know, really lots of good words said. And I'm going to let you go. Night's over. And leave you with this. Very appropriate. Remember, it is our duty to fight for our freedoms. It's our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. I love you guys. Have a good night.